Well, I think your analysis was very straight-lined. History doesn't run in a straight line.
Kid, you cannot tell your neighbor he is stealing ducks when you are stealing fowls.
As High Commissioner, I was wrong. As Charrandass Persaud, I reacted naturally how any person would have.
I did not come here for that kind of abuse. I did not come here for that kind of abuse. If you're going to go down that road, I'll walk off.
But it's all okay once they're talking. If they were talking, I could not have been here today.
You got ADHD. I got that.
Calm down.
I think I've done enough in terms of taking our team out of trouble from losing.
Come on, Lou Taylor. That's good. I'm reading the script now, and the first person that comes to my mind to play a detective,
Yes,
but
the
an
Guyanese critic.
erratic
Michael
detective,
Rodriguez.
is Michael Rodriguez.
Why an African slap an Indian? Why a man and slap a woman? Look, girl, how you deal with that? You deal with that.
We must encourage platforms like this because it brings together different people and allows for discussions to take place in our country on a multiplicity of fundamental issues.
Kingdom, you apologizing for something you think I did is wrong. I don't want you to do that, and you should not have done that. Hi there, welcome to the Freddie Kissoon Show. Welcome to another edition. We have been going 2.5 years. Thanks for enjoying with us. Thanks for embracing us. Thanks for being with us. This evening, we have an iconic Guyanese who has written his name in the textbook of Guyanese history. From all that I have known, seen, and continue to see, he is respected to the length and breadth of this country. Of course, there are people who would, for political reasons, would say, no, I don't like him. That iconic Guyanese is none other than the man who shaped Guyanese politics after 2018. And this evening, he is going to drop a bombshell on Guyana. I would suggest you stay tuned and listen to what that bombshell will be like, the shape of that bombshell, how it's going to be dropped. But from my little introductory remarks so far, you know we are talking about the iconic Charrandass Persaud. Charan,
Thank you, Freddie. Thank you very much.
What is the name of that style?
Well, this is the Nehru style.
New
They
style.
call, yeah. And we have been allowed to wear this outfit in court, even up to the Court of Appeal.
Rather than a short jacket.
Rather than short jack. Well, short jack is allowed also, but this is also now part of your attire that you can wear in court.
You've practiced for about 20 years, right?
Close, yes.
And you have appeared in the Nehru
Yes, several times in court like this with a similar outfit.
How many of those you have?
I have about 6.
You have about 6 of those?
Yes.
So the next time we're on the program, you have to wear, what are the colors?
Plenty
This is
different.
beige.
This is beige. I have a blue. I have a burgundy. I have a
Burgundy?
yeah.
Burgundy would have
like
looked
green.
nice on the
Yeah, it'll match this table.
Yeah. Purple?
Yes.
Purple?
Yes, I have. Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah. Charan, you must wear that more often. Charan, how have you been doing since the last time you're on this program? Can we talk about something that the viewers will say, nah, man, Freddie, don't go down there. You don't do that in the interview. Well, there's no fixed format in the interview, so I'm going to go there. How is your love life, the lady in Florida?
Oh man, this lady, I think it's a dead deal. The lady has not even spoken to me for the past 4, 5, 6 months. Not even a hi on text, so that
is
was never there, I guess.
Shakespeare calls that unrequited love.
Freddie, I don't ever believe in love, man, but there are times you want to be
in this program,
you're going to be attached to an individual for all kinds of reasons, and for simplicity's sake, we'll say it's love. But I'm not looking at that now at all. I have other things that are more important, and that is why you mentioned bombshell. It will drop like a bombshell.
Well, we'll come to that, but let's talk about Charrandass Persaud and what he's doing. Let's stick with the absurdity account of our viewers, the man's love life. But how you could have a romance going and you live thousands of miles apart from each other?
I don't have a romance, Freddie. I don't have a romance.
Well, she seemed to have been the one.
The girl, I've known her, maybe it was 7 or 8 years ago. And things were at a nice level and then just fell off the cliff like that. So it's done, man.
The radar didn't pick her up. She got to get
the radar didn't pick her up. So right now I'm free, single, and disentangled. And like I said, it's not a love life that I'll be looking at now. I have other things that are way, way more important. So, but I'm living and I'm enjoying myself. I travel, I go places when I want to. I'll just get up and go somewhere to get rid of boredom. I also have a nephew now who's doing law and he's staying by me. So I have a different focus.
He lives in Guyana?
No, he lives here. Yeah.
It's not a wee migrant who came back.
No. He's a young Guyanese. He's graduating tomorrow in Berbice, did his diploma there. And then he got accepted in the law program because he did really well. And he wanted to do law. He said, well, Grandma Charan, you're out of the law. Somebody has to keep it going. So he wants to do that. And he's doing really well. So he's by me. And I get involved in his discussions and his case study and stuff like that because I just want to test his little brain.
What direction he's going to go in? Civil, criminal? Or
mostly criminal. I'm sure he likes criminal, yes. So that is a good attraction, a position for me. It's attractive enough to keep me occupied.
Your sister, the lady that made Optine, gave back a curry for me. She's
yeah. Yes, she's
Please tell the lady to send some. All she has to do is call me. I will go along to the park where the minibus driver is and bring it. Or if it's a private...
No, we're not sending food with any, but I can get that done. I'll do that, Freddie. I'll do that for you.
Because the lady has made Optine Gail Barker.
Gail Barker, for real, yes.
So I'm going to get some Gail Barker?
Yes, definitely.
So you've been traveling?
Well before Christmas. I came back from Canada recently. I went to India for treatment, and I'm supposed to go like 3 times a year if I can afford that. But the treatment is powerful, Freddie.
You can't get that here?
No.
You had a bad thing at Woodlands. You sued Woodlands, right?
Well, I filed so far. Sanjeev Datadin is my lawyer in that matter.
That's a very good lawyer.
He is, yes, unquestionably. So Woodlands should come up with something to say, well, look, we don't want to go to court with it because it's their negligence. So we'll see how that goes.
So they may pay something.
Well, most of the time, Remember, I was awarded... I got judgment against Ramjatan for slander.
But he's appealed that.
And the judge awarded me $7 million. So the courts in Guyana don't give you money for...
So the court of appeal is still in front of the court of appeal?
That is, yes. Now it's in front of the court of appeal.
And then he's going to appeal to CCJ?
Well, if he goes to the CCJ, an appeal has to be based on an error in judgment. His sole witness that he presented,
which is Amna Ali.
Amna Ali said that she didn't see me as a traitor or a Judas. And that threw Ramjatan under the bus. I don't know why, as a lawyer, he's so stupid enough to appeal a matter like that. He should have paid his $7 million, but I'll get a lot more money. I just have to live long.
Maybe it's our testimony that Norton treated Amna Ali like that. A PNC icon.
And
a PNC figure of historical...
Since you mentioned that, I don't see Norton as a leader at all. And the PNC should have removed him a long time ago. I don't know why they're still keeping that man there. I personally cannot envision this man as a leader, even in a small matter. Imagine you want to lead a nation. Not me and him at all.
Well, if you're looking at the program, don't worry. Charan has a revelation to make. Charan has a bombshell to drop, which you, right at this moment, did not anticipate and do not anticipate. But the bombshell is coming, so just bear up with me. Let's talk a little bit about his life, his politics, and then we will tell you what this man is about to do. Stay tuned. Let's talk a little bit more with the Guyanese icon. For me, I have got a lot of flacking from people
Different people.
to say, man, you support this man did this, this man did that. Timothy Jonas was here on this program a couple of months ago, and he said Charan did the right thing. The conscience was there, and he did the right thing. People have conscience. I would never vote for Donald Trump. Donald Trump should never be in politics. But if I had to vote, I would not have voted for Kamala Harris. I think Mr. Biden and Kamala Harris are modern day supporters of genocide. You know what is genocide? In a country like us that had Wismar, that has racial suspicion, for you to turn a blind eye to genocide. So conscience is what drives a human being. It's what keeps civilization going. So all this talk about Charan betrayed this and Charan betrayed that all over the world, especially in the Conservative Party when it was governing the UK, people voted against the party because of conscience.
Indeed.
A Palestinian member of Congress for the Democratic Party said, I cannot endorse Kamala Harris, and they belong to the same party. So, for me, and for a majority of Guyanese, he changed the tide in 2018. I remember we were at a birth night together, and Charan said, these people need to go. Freddie, these people aren't good. I would vote against them, but I have to look at my safety. Remember that in David Street?
Yes, we talked.
So,
and then the world knows. It was Jennifer Wade who said, Charrandass, you're going dead tonight. The threat was not an idle threat. It was made public. But you know, I'm still here. Thank God.
So you went to India for treatment.
Yes.
India is a top class with 1.3 billion people and so many universities. They have to be good in medicine, and they are.
This is particularly horrible, you know, the homeopathic treatment.
Horrible? Mm-hmm. You go that route?
Everything horrible.
And you believe in it?
Believe, I've seen it work on me, Freddie. Anybody, you go to Haridwar, there's also, Chennai has a proper place like that too. Most of our modern doctors now, they will not encourage you to go homeopathic or herbal, because they're not going to make money. They're not herbal doctors themselves. They're all giving you modern day treatment. Herbal medicine has no reaction to anything. So
those are the side effects.
No side effect. So, and then it is so big in India, so big, like people travel from across the globe to go there for treatment. With their population, For those of you who might be interested in that, there's a place called Patanjali, Patangelli, Patanjali in Haridwar. You can check it up and you can register, you can call them, and I'll tell you, I went twice already. I was asked to go there at least 3 times a year, and for maybe 2 or 3 years, to help me with all kinds of things. When they detox you, they detox you. When I came back, my sister in Canada, I only spent 7 days there. And if you have somebody to go with you, you can have a room with another bed and your person can stay with you. You will be provided with food, but your person will have to buy food, and there are lots of food places inside there. Like $2 US, you can eat a healthy meal in Haridwar.
So where's Haridwar? Which state?
Haridwar is the state itself.
Oh, Haridwar.
Patanjali is in Haridwar, yeah.
Okay.
So it's a bit on the eastern side of India, but it's a beautiful place to go. Things are very, very relatively low cost, everything inside there. And then this place, Patanjali, is a magnificent hospital. You have thousands. Imagine at 4 o'clock in the morning, you have to go for yoga. And the yoga, you see at least 50, 60,000 people in a massive hall, and then they're on line doing this yoga exercise where you have about 20 people are instructing you. And it's massive. And that's 4:35 in the morning, the yoga class starts. And you have to do another one from 5 to 6 in the evening. I thought I was healthy. When you go there, your body starts to pain with the yoga exercise, but it works. And I'll tell you all, it works.
When you walk down the streets, you're not talking, so they would know you from the Caribbean. People don't know you from another country. People just pass you and they think you're Indian, right?
Yes, in India, yes.
But what is it like when you touch down at the airport and you go to that immigration officer? When you say, morning, sir, and you show him your passport and you speak in English, what is their reaction?
Actually, I'll tell you, when I was there, Freddie, I went in 2021, January, to India. Indians, a lot of these big businessmen, did not even know that Guyana is an English-speaking country, that Guyana is in South America. They were shocked when I spoke at a particular meeting and they found out that Guyana had, and I mentioned that we were about 65% initially. Migration and Stake is told we were about 50% East Indians in the country. And in a couple of days, we'll have Prime Minister Modi here. But Indians did not know that Guyana has so many East Indian people. And Guyana, Fiji, Mauritius, Trinidad, and Suriname are the first 5 countries, because of the indentureship and the British owning their sugarcane factories, they needed laborers, that took Indians from India. The first 5 countries that can say they had Indians in the diaspora are these 5 countries. Now, Indians are all over the world doing all kinds of things. But that's the way it was for us then. And people were surprised. When they look at you, you're Indian. I said, yes, I am Indian. It's like a surprise thing. They surprise, and you speak English, you're from Ghana and you're Indian. That's the kind of bewilderment they throw at you, because they're not expecting you to be an Indian from a country like Guyana. They think it's in Africa.
They're confused.
Yeah.
For a long time now, people confuse Ghana and Guyana.
Yeah, true.
But when the immigration officer, when they are foreign Indians or expatriate Indians or Indians outside of India, when they go to the immigration officer and they put the Guyana passport or the Suriname passport, is there any reservation, or they say, have a nice trip, sir, and they stamp?
No, usually, because I traveled to India mainly as a diplomat. Visa on arrival, or diplomats don't need visa to go to India. So they question you briefly. I've never been harassed at all in India. I was harassed in Trinidad just the other day. Imagine these fools for immigration pulled me over and stripped me almost naked except for clothes.
What?
Because we're doing our job. I said, what job are you doing? You think I'm going to come to Trinidad and want anything from this godforsaken country? Trinidad needs Guyana now.
No, you stepped into Trinidad, went to the
immigration, and they just pulled me over.
You didn't see the passport?
No, well, Guyana passport I used.
You didn't use the Canadian one?
No.
They're still getting on with that nonsense?
Yes. I hear that's not myself.
What the hell?
Myself and Jaya Manikchan, who's a prominent lawyer in Guyana.
That's the minister's sister.
And minister's sister. I said, why are you pulling us over? Why are you searching us? For what? We're both lawyers, man.
Oh, my God.
Trinidad did that to us the other day. And that's why my thing with Caribbean Airlines.
When you spoke to them like that, both you and her, she's an established lawyer. You weren't no nonsense in your approach. Look, are you still going on with this nonsense? I'm a former diplomat. This is a minister's sister.
I raised my voice. I said, look, why are you doing this to us? We're not going to come and steal or hide anything and bring it to Trinidad. Don't shout, sir. I said, I'm not shouting. I'm speaking in a loud tone of voice. You can hear me. Because I don't know why you're searching us, why you're stripping us down here. Empty your bag, empty your pocket, everything. We're doing our job. I said, yeah, go find things to do now.
And what did Jaya Manichan say?
She couldn't do anything. We were both, she was quiet because they were just searching us. And then I said, look, man, y'all got to stop this nonsense. 2 other officers came over. They were like, we were diehard criminals that day.
2 other officers came?
2 other officers came in because they wanted additional people to examine us for all kinds of reasons. We spent about 45 minutes there, man.
What the hell?
And then they said, all right, you can go. That's it. For nothing. 2
established lawyers, a former diplomat, being treated.
And who do you complain to? Raul is a complete fool as Prime Minister. I mean, he doesn't know anything much himself.
So you were in the line, and they just asked you...
Go over there. They had to scan my bag. I had just a backpack, nothing more. Because I was there for 2 days for my friend's birthday. We went for a birthday dinner. That's it. And I said, I don't even have a goddamn suitcase. What are you looking for? Sir, we're doing our job. Please don't shout. Really? Okay.
and Jaya Manichan just stood there and said nothing?
No, well, what are you going to do? She said, well, y'all can search if you want to search. She was very polite.
But didn't she say, look, this discrimination against Guyanese,
No, she didn't go this
60 years ago, it must stop? This is the fastest growing economy in the world.
Yeah.
This is a case where Trinidad is usurping our foreign exchange.
When I complain about the kind of washy food that they give you at Caribbean Airlines, I got a response. The officer will be looking into this, and months have gone by. Well, they figure I'm not going to fly Caribbean. Well, I will have to fly Caribbean Airlines because they've monopolized the traffic between Guyana and the Caribbean. So,
well, I can't believe you realize what would happen to carpenters, laborers, teachers if two established lawyers on one of our could be treated like this.
And these guys were so proud of their stupidity. We're doing our job. I said, yeah, what job are you doing? Why are you searching two lawyers? Tell me. Up to today, we're just doing our job. It's not like you have any suspicion. What are you going to suspect?
It's got to be based on suspicion. You see they pull over any Jamaican, any white person?
No, they don't do that. They don't do that. It's Guyanese.
Going on.
They have this thing with Guyanese, Trinidad. And Rowley, you better fix that shit. Seriously.
Well, I'm glad we've had this interview. I would not have known that two high-profile lawyers.
That's right, two prominent lawyers.
And an iconic Guyanese.
And I don't know if we look like drug dealers or something, like, man. What they did that day, 45 minutes this trip, except for taking your clothes off. You had to empty your pocket, take your shoe off, and oh God, I tell you. And I was not in the nicest of moods. I was shouting like crazy.
No, you should have raised your voice.
I did.
But Sharon, that you and Jaya Manichan should have written a joint letter on social media and to the press.
Maybe Jaya didn't want to go that route, man. She was okay, and she went on. And
no, but see, when you do that, you help other people.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
You help other people from I didn't know that would have come out in the interview. I had no idea that happened with you. I mean, I've been hearing this thing since I was a little boy.
Yes.
Now we've come of age. Look, Guyana, look around Guyana. Trinidad is taking our foreign exchange. They don't have foreign exchange there.
Vice President said that the other day. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you have this country that is dimming, slipping, is harassing the citizens of our petro state, and the country's economy is expanding.
And Freddie, you said citizens. We sure that we're both lawyers. Well, can you fill out the form? You have to put occupation, both put attorney at law. Why are you going after us? For what reason? They did, man. They did that day.
Well, I hope Jaya Manichan, her sister is a high-profile Guyanese, very articulate woman who's been a minister of education. I mean, did she say, look, what are you doing? I'm a lawyer. My sister is a minister of government in CARICOM. Did she tell them that?
No, I don't think she did that because they took her in a separate room just to examine her, man. I tell you, it was a mess. A miserable piece of dealing in Trinidad. And then when they're done, okay, you can pack it in me, you can go. It's like nothing happened. That's it.
They could not listen. Wherever fly. So you were going into Trinidad.
Going into Trinidad.
So what they could.
One of our friends.
But you should have let them send you back and come to Barbados the next flight. Something is wrong. Something is wrong with that country. Do you know what my daughter did? The first time she ever traveled, she went via Trinidad. When she was coming back from studies abroad, what she told her parents. Arrange a flight, so find out, because we of course pay for the flight here, that I could come to Barbados then to Trinidad. And then she came to Barbados. Yeah. She said if she didn't want to go to Trinidad, it didn't. People criticize Rowley, but it didn't stop on the Kamala Bissassa.
No, well, Kamala is an embarrassment as a female and as a lawyer and as a now member of opposition leader. She is.
So when are we going to talk about this bombshell? I am.
Freddie, it's not a bombshell, man, but I can tell you want me to tell you a couple of things? You call it bombshell if you want.
So
But-
we into, hold on. We're into this revelation now that you would not have believed, that you would think that Charan has written away in the sunset, that he's had his time in the limelight. But no, Charan said he has a contribution to make to his country that he loves. And now he's entering, not the possibility, but entering the intention of.
Well, Freddie, and to my friends and brothers out there, brothers and sisters, I honestly believe, and I told Freddie, I said, I have been out of the political arena for a long time. And that would be from December 21, 2018, that eventful day and night. And having sat outside, lived in Canada for about a year and a half in a basement that I was renting, and then back in Guyana, and then went to India, and I'm back here now, unemployed. I travel around. You go Berbice. I live in Berbice. I am from Berbice. I went to Canal on a couple of occasions. Just 2 nights ago, I was in Mahaika Creek. I went to Grove. I went to Alexander Village Union, Naurat service, attended the mandir there. When we went for cricket, I went for all the games. And believe me, on every event, every game that I went to coming out, I was stopped by like 10, 15 different groups of people. Charan, how you doing? Nice to see you. Can we have a picture? I was like a celebrity.
You are a celebrity, man.
people just wanted, some of them were happy to meet me. Look, I'm seeing you for the first time. Can we have a picture? All these are things that people came out with because of the stand that I took on the 21st of December 2018, having voted the corrupt coalition APNU AFC out of office. And my friends, I said it before, I did not do it to put the PPP in power. I did it because I had to remove the AFC for the atrocities they were committing against the nation. And I'm saying the nation, everybody was suffering under these fools. And so I did that. And of course, the immediate beneficiary are the PPP, having had a fair chance to win the next election in 2020. And you all saw the rigging that took place. Unfortunately for us, that still has not been resolved by our courts in Guyana, because you have 2 of our very superior judges in the Court of Appeal who can tell you or told you that 33 is not a majority in a 65 seat over 32. Well, my 5-year-old grandson will tell you that 33 is bigger than 32. But that came down. And so I will say this now, my friends and brothers and sisters out there. I have been out of the political arena for a long time. And in November 2025, the date or the month that they're saying election will be set, a fixed date has not yet been given, but that's the month that we should have election in Guyana, general election. And so I intend to get back into the political arena. Now, you may want to ask, supporting which party or who are you with? I have not made that decision.
Let me ask that.
Yeah, Freddie.
So, Charrandass Persaud has now officially re-entered politics and is likely to participate in the 2025 general elections. But we have to find out the shape. Let's start with the shapes. You're forming your own party?
Freddie, I have not even decided on that yet. Whether I should form a party or whether I should join a party or this party or that party. That's a decision that I have not taken as yet, and I will have to sift through a lot of things before I make that decision.
Well, that's one option that hasn't been given sufficient consideration, forming your own party. Number 2, the PNC.
You mean if I'm going to join the PNC? Not in this lifetime. PNC and AFC are parties that you should never ever support, because the AFC self-destruct. And as I mentioned before, you can put brand new headlights on a Toyota Fielder, but you can't call it a Corvette. Nigel Hughes is now the leader of the AFC, a party that probably
has... Well, we'll go there.
Yeah.
PNC's out.
PNC is out. AFC is out.
AFC's out.
Yes, definitely.
If they all come and say, Charan, looking back, yes, you voted with your conscience, yes, you can make a contribution. The answer is still no. No
The answer is still no. They have not apologized for the wrong that they've done. They're still saying they did no wrong. Apologize to the people. When you do a wrong, and you've done plenty wrong, Patterson, Trotman, Cathy Hughes, you know, y'all need to apologize to the people who supported and put you in Parliament. And then you can start from there again. And unless you do that, trust me, you're not getting votes. You're not going to get votes.
You have a friend. You have a friend. You met him in the AFC. You probably knew him before. And he has formed a party called United Democratic Front.
Who's that?
He sat on this seat many times. Virginia Besessar,
Oh, really?
LLB.
He has formed a political party.
United Democratic Front. You joining him?
Rajendra Bisar is never cut out to be a leader. I don't know why he's formed a party. Like, I know, to see that he can get 3 votes.
All right.
Never.
There is a party in Berbice, Federal United Party. I think you know the guy who formed it. He's a former magistrate and he's a lawyer like you.
So what?
Yeah.
Sohan can be a leader. I will never support Sohan in a political party or on a campaign trail. Not in this lifetime either.
So Federal Party. Good. A fellow lawyer formed the party, Anug, and it's now headed by another lawyer, Timothy Jonas. Anug has called you and say, Charan, they don't know, of course, it's only now that they should know that you enter in politics. But what about after this show is aired?
Freddie, I think
What about in the morning?
most of these
tonight?
political leaders, and I'll call them leaders, they did not even think to speak to me because they believe and might have had the impression that I would not get back into politics. Well, I am in, and I am getting back in. I have great respect for Timothy Jonas as a politician and as a lawyer also. Timothy Jonas was the first person to meet me physically, hugged me and congratulated me on the night of December 21, 2018. You want to know where? At Ogle Airport. He was there, his wife was traveling out and he took her there and I was there. And that's the only Guyanese at the time, except for Peter Ramsroop, who knew that I was leaving Guyana from Ogle Airport.
So there you have it. The new leader of Anug is Charrandass Persaud. Is that okay?
No, I'm not saying that either. Timothy and I are good friends and I have great respect for the man. But as I said earlier, Freddie, I have not made a commitment to any political party, or whether or not, I've not decided whether I will be forming my own party. Those are things that will come, and within another month or two, I should be able to do that.
I'm not finished with the enumeration. Glendale.
You know what? Glendale has been raising and continues to raise issues that are very relevant.
You're going with this party.
But again, he has good intentions, but so far, I've not spoken to Glendale. Like I said, nobody today is the first time, Freddie, and you are the only person who knew before we came here that I'm going to be re-entering the political arena. Now, everybody who's going to watch this program and words will get around will know that Charrandass has entered or is back into the political arena. So I don't know who may want me to join them, who may want me to be beside them, or anything along those lines. So for now, I've made this announcement. I know I am getting back in. I am in. What happens from here will depend on a lot of things.
All right. Well, we come now to the big one.
What a big one.
The big one. This is a man that I like. I think this is a man that is going to build a very good legacy when he rides away in 2030, when his time is up. I think he's going to eclipse Critchlow, Burnham, Jagan, Rodney, and he's going to be the name up there. I hope we give him a chance. He seemed to be the kind of person that would sit down with you and may be able to persuade you. I'm talking about Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali.
Freddie, again, I'll tell you this much. When he was housing minister, I met him on one occasion, and I thought he was very arrogant. I have met this gentleman on several occasions as president, and to me, he's among the humblest of the humble people. He's almost like a Swami, like a saint. He treats you with respect as long as you deserve it. He has been a friend to me in more ways than one, and I have absolute, complete respect for what he's doing, the way he's doing things. You may not like everything, and I can take that a step further. If you're in Canada and you're a skier like my youngest brother was, when it snows, they're happy because they go out skiing. If it's not snowing, the people who have these ski resorts are complaining. Even God can't please everybody all the time, or all the people all the time. So you don't expect a man who's just a regular human being, because he's president, to please everybody. You will have people criticizing, and sometimes the criticism may be justified. Sometimes it may be just, oh, we just have to say something because we're opposition. But I'll tell you, what he's doing, he puts on a pair of long boots and a raincoat when it rains to go into Mahaika Creek and Maikoni Creek in the rice fields, to talk to people, meet with people and see why your field is flooded. Presidents don't do that. They send their people to go and do that. He does that. He has been doing it. He comes around here and says, look, we need to clean up. Recently, 5:30, on a couple of days ago, there was a meeting with ministers, permanent secretaries, engineers, and contractors. Contractors who have failed to complete their contract and have gone beyond 4 months in their extension, which is, of course, causing delays in all kinds of areas, upsetting people. He took the time at 5:30 in the morning to meet with these people, to address the issue. Opposition found reason to criticize that. Well, the opposition got to find reason to criticize almost anything, because they themselves shouldn't even be where they are. But we'll leave that out for now. I'm discussing the leadership of the PPP here. And President Ali has great respect. He has done enough to have the ordinary man like him. But again, I can tell you there are a couple of things that people will not like. And one of them is perhaps, just recently there was a teacher strike. That strike should not have gone on so long. That strike should not have ended the way it ended. And the matters still need to be resolved. We have a judiciary that is corrupt, judges that are making political rulings in a high court. And look what the CCJ is doing.
Could we not retract that statement, please? A judiciary that is corrupt? I would like to disassociate myself from that remark.
Freddie, all right. If I'm saying that,
Can you withdraw that, please?
All right, I'll withdraw that statement. The judiciary is not...
apologize to the judiciary.
All right.
This program apologizes to the judiciary.
Yes, all right. I apologize to the judiciary for saying that the judiciary is corrupt.
Withdraw that statement.
But I have seen judges...
Talk about the politicization of the judiciary.
Right. Judges that make decisions. And when it comes to the CCJ, and they have to be literally scolded in a way by the CCJ, because unanimous decisions overruled judges' decisions in our courts. What is wrong with what we have? Now, it may not be a corrupt judiciary, but it's a judiciary that is not functioning as well as it should. And nobody's doing anything about it. That is my contention.
So we're getting into the water. We're in the water, nearing the boat of a finale.
Well, like I said, and nobody from the PPP has asked me, spoken to me, or even suggested, Charan, if you're going to get back into politics, we can use your help. That is not happening. So I've not made a decision even along the lines of supporting the PPP in their campaign. Freddie, that is still literally open. And I'll make those decisions by the end of November. By December, I'll walk into the new year a different person, focused.
But the new year would see Charrandass Persaud entering the arena of politics,
yes,
and by extension, electoral politics.
A particular
you would want to be in the campaign. I want to ask you, Charan. I think it's a fair journalistic question. given who you are, do you think you can carry enough votes to win a parliamentary seat? It's 5,000 votes.
Freddie, I can get, look, well, as I told you, when I went to cricket, people would stop me and take pictures. I'm not expecting that they will all vote for me. Out of the people who congratulate me whenever they see me, wherever they see me. I went up birthday in Canal number 2. The man's 60th birthday. I was the one taking pictures with everybody there. I went, like I said, to Mahaika Creek. You go to Borby's, people see me in the market. Charan. But I am not disillusioned. I will not believe that those are people who will come out and vote for me if I form a party or if I join a party. But I'll tell you this much, my brothers and sisters out there. And to answer your question, Freddie, it will be like a walk in the park to get a seat in Parliament for me. Because of the people who I know will support me. Easily.
You think that name resonates? That's my job. My job is to see my job is to analyze who has credibility. I may not be right, but that's my job. Who has credibility, whose political character is still enduring, etc. I've known you for more than 35 years. I campaign with you. I see how people react to you. Is that embrace enduring? Is it still in Bobby's?
It's a lot more than that now, you know. And I say a lot more than that now. Bobbysians are uncomfortable and pretty angry with contracts that are handed out to people in Borby's. And so that's the fight that they will have with the present government. And while Borby's may be a PPP stronghold, a lot of the people in Borby's are telling you now that they will not support the PPP. And I can casually pick up 50, 60 names if you want. But that is going to come more over time because of the way the Borbicians are being dealt with. I mentioned that on Facebook, Freddie. Minister of Sports and Culture has allocated more money to Region 4 for cricket. And you had in the finals, which Ghana won last year, you had at least 5 Borbicians and not one from Region 4. 5 Borbicians, and you're not giving them enough money to put them to go there to play. The ground that Hetimaya came from is a literal mess right now. Make these grounds, put them in conditions where the youngsters can go there and play. Now, that's one reason and one area of people, the sports area, that are very, very dissatisfied with what the government is doing for them in Barbados. Just cricket alone. So, Mr. Ramsey, you need to look at that. I wrote it on Facebook and I'm saying it now again. They're very uncomfortable with that.
How are the encounters like? How many siblings you have to remain in Barbados?
In Barbados, 2.
Right. I know the Gilbarca lady.
The Gilbarca lady.
Yes. How are the encounters like? I know you go there often. What are the encounters like? I think Kanji is your base, right?
Freddie, I have had meetings. I went to a wake house one night and we were talking there, and it wasn't even about talking with sympathize with the relatives there. The man's son was there and we were talking, man, Charan, you should form a party. Charan, we need you, we need this. Look, we're not getting this in Barbados, we're not getting that in Barbados. And you get that. It comes to me ever so often. I go to the casino and meet some of these big business people who have money to spend. Man, look, things are not this and things are not that. A guy has a concession. One good example. He is, in my view, a very rich young man. And his concessions is being dominated because he's not there all over the place. Chinese go inside and they harvest lumber at his place and he can't stop them. When he goes there, they'll move out. But when he's not there, they go in again. So he's being plagued. And these are people, there's a lot of that happening too. And we see the gold miners. You know, like, Freddie, there's so much that needs to be done, that can be done, and things are not being done.
Let me be the analyst now and talk to the nation. If I spent my whole life in political activism, and I'm talking now not as a political activist or a columnist, I'm talking now as an analyst, somebody who assesses sociology and politics of Guyana. I think you could bring substantial votes to any party that you embrace. I think that 2018 thing and what you did, I mean, people just admire you for it. It's courage. Think you're courageous. It is not 20 years ago and so it faded. It was just 2019, 2020, just about 5 years have passed. So it's still fresh in people's memories. So do you think that Barbicians will say, this is our boy, this is Charan, we can't forsake him?
Freddie, I honestly believe that they will, a lot of them will. Because they know that I will not lie to them. They've seen that because of the lie that the AFC sold and then changed when they got into politics in the parliament, I stood out by bringing them down. The people, and I'm not saying this to make you out there, my friends, like me in any way, shape, or form, a little bit more than you do. I'm telling you because people believe that I will not lie to them. And that, for a politician, is a big thing. Because everybody will tell you politicians lie. And I honestly don't know one who doesn't or did not. I can name a couple of them who lied to me personally, but leave that out. So
don't get me to any life.
No, we leave that out. But all I'm saying is people believe that Charrandass Persaud is somebody they can trust to a great extent. And that makes a lot of difference. Because if you ask me to do something, I will get it done. Or I will tell you I can't do this, I will try, and maybe it might happen. But if I tell you I'm going to get it done, believe me, I will get it done. And people have that kind of confidence. Many have said that already.
So now that this program has hit the air, people say, look, Charrandass. I think it's fair to say, I know people are going to say, he's your friend, it's Freddie friend, so Freddie must say that. I got to live, you got to live with all kinds of criticism.
Yes.
But when you look across Guyana, your name does stand out. I mean, when people think about this politician or that politician, it doesn't have the kind of value when your name comes up, because everybody thinks that, hey man, he helped save democracy. Hey man, the man is a brave, the man is a courageous man. I mean, right on this, in this studio, on that chair, Timothy Jonas was was admiring of the thing that you have done in 2018. And one would like to think, and this is my analysis, I think the slide and the weakening of the APNU-AFC began with a 2018 vote. It so struck them, it so lacerated their psyche that it sapped their energy, and like the motivation wasn't there. It was like too much of a burden to bear.
Yes.
And people remember you for that. So the question is, you think that you can bring something valuable, something needed to that party that will say to you, come on board with us, come and campaign with us?
Freddie, you know what is needed in Guyana? And I'm going to say this again with great emphasis. Canada right now has a minority government. So too is India.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get into the reason
was expecting
why.
a majority, yeah.
Well, there are 6 Muslim students who are banned from going to school to write the exam because they're wearing a khimar and hijab. That's how this whole thing started. And then the Muslims are millions of them in India, and they picked it up. You can't do that to students when they were doing it all the time. And then Amit Shah, who is the Minister of Home Affairs in India, he said, well, they have to wear their uniform. But they were wearing navy blue and white top, and they were wearing their khimar and their hijab. The Sikhs wear the same uniform, but they wear their turban. It's the religious part that they put on, and that's what the Muslim students were banned from going to school, and it reached the whole of India. And so today, we look at Prime Minister Modi, the minority government. Canada, it's the only time a country will have real democracy when you have a minority government. Because Trudeau, when he got into power, no confidence was tabled against him. Jagmeet Singh, who was the leader for the NDP, said, look, I'll support you, but I need this and this. He had to agree. The no confidence died before it was even tabled. So what you need is a small party with a few seats to control what the big boys on both sides do. That way, no decision will be taken unless it is something that we can all agree to have done. That's the way it should be. And so, Freddie, again, if I go by myself at a party, if I stand with any small party, I can do that. I can have enough seats to control what the big boys do. There's no landslide anymore. No landslide at all.
That's a serious statement.
There's a serious slide.
That's a serious statement you're making there.
There's no landslide, trust me. Because you know what? How many people living and will be voting in the next election, we're talking particularly the youngsters, who know what Donna Ramotar did as president? Worse than that, they don't know what Bar Jagdeo did because they weren't even born at that time. And they're voters now. These are the ones you're going to contend with. We're not going to talk Jagan and Bornam because way out of league. But look at the youngsters now. These are the ones that you have to focus on. Mr. President, now you might be doing good. They got these online scholarships that are benefiting. And again, that's a plus for the PPP, a big plus. Because the youngsters have gotten degrees online. What, I don't know how many of you know, while it may be a scholarship, it's not given free by India, from the universities in India. The Ghana government paid for these. Paid for the scholarship so that we, or you, the students, can get them for free. So again, that's a plus for the PPP. Those are the things you need to do for people in your country when you're supporting or when you're leading them. Freddie, I don't know what else to say at this stage. I'm telling you, man.
There's plenty more to say. Let me probe you and you'll see how it will come out. So, people will call. Obviously, people will say, Charan, let's talk. Let's talk. I mean, they have to be blind not to know that you carry some political value.
I have some clout, yes.
If you don't carry political value, then who else carry it? I mean, when people have done what you have done, it resonates and it takes a long time before it dissipates. So maybe 10 years from now, people say, who is Charan? But let's say they call you and let's say there is this dialogue in the room with you and them. What do you want? What are you proposing to make Guyana better, to bring about the future of this country?
Freddie, look.
When you, from now on, journalists, after this program this evening, journalists will be seeking you out.
Yes, probably.
Analysts will be seeking you out.
Probably. There's one of them I want to meet. He's from the, I think it's Stabrook News.
But Starbucks News, I don't know, for whatever reason, they have a psychic dislike for you. I think it's because you brought down the Mulatto Creole Party.
Yes.
Because Mr. Granger and the founder of Starbucks News, they were very close.
Yeah, I know that. But I want to meet that particular journalist. Anand Persaud, yeah. I will, someday. But
he's not going to meet with you. They don't have the car. I'm telling you, I know them. I'd like him to come on this program and chat with you.
Yes, that will be the day. But Freddie, again, what we're looking at in the political arena right now, Mr. Government, if you're a PPP government and the PPP people put you there, you're now not Mr. Government for PPP people only. You have to agree that you're now government for the whole nation. And so everybody should be treated literally at as level then, or the same level. Don't distinguish between PNC, PPP, and AFC or whatever you want at that time. This government is trying to do that, but I think they're bending over backwards, way backwards. Because they're saying that, look, a lot of these PNC people cross the floor in local government election. They will do that. They will do that to benefit in the general election. You think they're going to stay cross floor? They're jumping right back into where they were. And that is something that is going to be a serious issue that the present government has to deal with. And again, the APNU people who are saying, I heard Mr. Norton saying that we have to talk with a coalition. It's only the coalition. No coalition will remove the PPP. Trust me on that one. And not with Norton as leader either. So we will see how that goes. But for now, Freddie, all I'm saying for me personally, I am not taking a stand alongside any party, and I have not decided to form a party. I'm now going to think from here until the end of November, maybe mid-December, to make a Christmas decision that will look, I'm going to stand on the platform with this party. I'm going to be forming my own party. And I just want a few seats in parliament. And the people out there, let me tell you, you will know, and you will know, that I'm not going to be bought. If I decide to stay out of the political arena, it's because at that stage, maybe through my son, having had a discussion, my son and my daughter, or my 2 grandsons perhaps, those are things that will have to be considered seriously before I actually say yes to this and yes to that. And that is my position right now.
But the way it is shaping up, it looks like it's going to be Charrandass in the political arena.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. So being out is not a consideration at this stage. Not at all. But it could be, depending again on a few things, deciding factors.
Well, I think if the grandchildren and the children says yes, Charan, go and do it. But from what all you've said tonight, it's heading in that direction.
It is, yes.
So there will be calls, and on the question of macro policies, you will obviously have to say to these people, if I'm going with you, I would like this and that to be done.
Yes.
Name me briefly, our operators say we have 4 more minutes. Name me briefly some of the things that you would say across the table to these people that will be asking you to come with them. Name me a few things that you would say.
One, Freddie, one of them is increase the spending power of the people. Because again, I said it in one of our programs before. Teachers need to be paid more money. Public servants, nurses, they need to be paid more money. Now, why are you not doing that? A teacher getting $150,000 a month, if you give the teacher $50,000, make it $200,000, that will be one happy teacher. But that $50,000 will be coming right back to you, Mr. Government. They'll spend the money. Taxes, VAT, PST, GST, and all the other T. They will be spending the money, but make them happy. The recent strike was a disaster for the government, not for the teachers. And I'm saying that because that's how I saw it. That's how I'm still seeing it. The people need to have more spending power. You're building roads, yes, it's nice. Oh, you can wear high heels, but that does not put money in the pocket of the people living along the streets. And if we have all this money, Freddie, our people need to be uplifted financially. That's where you need to start. And if you don't do that, I don't know that you're really serving the people properly, by building hospitals where you go, you got to pay like $200 to have a 2-night stay in a hospital. I'm $200,000, What is going on? So that is one particular area. Pensioners. We're getting $36,000 a month. Oh, man, come on.
41 next year.
41 next year, yeah, right. Big increase. If you buy a gallon of milk a week, your money done.
It's 36 now, so they put on 5,000 more.
Yes, your money go done.
Well, I don't mind a big increase in that. I collect the jar.
Seriously, give the pension money, they go spend it on their pensions, don't have bank account, Mr. President. Give them the money, make a $50,000 and make the pensioner get $100,000 a month. They go spend it on their grand picnic and a little nixie naxi, and the money got done. What can a pensioner do with 36,000? Come on, man. Those are some of the 2 things. And then, as I mentioned earlier on one of my posts, if you are 65 years old, you're entitled to pension in Guyana, whether you live in Timbuktu, or you live in Havana, or wherever you live. They're telling you, and then somebody said, oh, you can't double dip, you can't live in Canada and get Canadian pension and get Guyana pension. If you're 45 years old and your children sponsor you in Canada or wherever, America, let's just take America and Canada, and you live there, you work for 20 years, you get Canadian pension and you can go anywhere in the world, they'll pay you that pension. Why is it Guyana, you work here, you live here for 40-something years, tell you that, oh, you're not living in Ghana, you can't get a pension.
Yeah, my operator told me, just so that he will not vote for you because you're a labor exploiter. We've run out of time, so we have to stop right now. But he will understand if we take a couple of more seconds. So Charrandass Persaud, you will be back in politics. You will be back in electoral politics. We don't know which party you're going to go with. We don't know how that will play out. But I want to close by saying that you believe that if you when you enter politics and the elections start, you can get substantial votes.
And I can make a difference.
You can
Yes.
make a difference.
Yes, Freddie. I'm sure about that.
Charan, you know, you and I go back a long time. It's always good to be talking.
A pleasure,
to you.
Freddie, always.
Our viewers have heard the bombshell. Charrandass is back in politics. We will see you on our next episode. We hope you enjoy our program, and we hope you're reflecting on the revelation of the bombshell of Charrandass Persaud, that he is now back in politics, and so we have an additional name to contend with that the electorate will have to reflect on. I'll see you later on behalf of the iconic Charrandass Persaud. Bye-bye, catch you later.